everyone, today I wanted to do a video about the foam roller, and the reason I want to do a video about the foam roller is because it's a piece of kit that I think everyone that trains regularly should have or should have access to and should use regularly. This is something I've started to talk to some of my clients about, and it's something I will begin talking to them about more if I haven't already. It is probably one of the most important pieces of kit to prevent injury. It helps your muscles repair and helps your muscles perform better. It seems like it probably wouldn't do a lot, a foam roller. I mean, it is literally just a stick of foam, but don't let that fool you. It's a very powerful piece of kit, and basically the science behind it, just in very simple terms, is when you train regularly, all your muscle fibers become knotted and tangled. And when you use the foam roller, you're literally rolling those muscle fibers out. If you can imagine a rolling pin rolling something, a piece of dough or something on the table, and you roll out those muscle fibers, and they all become, instead of being tangled, they all become nice and straight and allows greater blood flow to the muscle. And that's what allows it to heal better and prevent injuries and also perform better. So if you train regularly, this should be a piece of kit that you use. And the problem with foam roller is a lot of people do know that they should use it, but it's quite difficult to work out what to do with it unless somebody has shown you. So that's what I want to do today. I want to show you how to use it so that when you see one in the gym, you're not frightened to use it. I will say that whilst it's a simple piece of kit, as I said earlier, it's a powerful piece of kit. It can also be a painful piece of kit, and I'm sorry to say that, but when using the foam roller, it can be uncomfortable. However, after you've used it, trust me, you will be glad you did it. But it can be uncomfortable at the time. That's just a slight warning before we start. The other thing I should say about using the foam roller is some people use it after every single training session, and that's fantastic. If you've got time to do that, then absolutely spend a little bit of time on the foam roller after every single training session. I tend not to have time to do that. I choose not to do that and spend time doing other things. I spend a wee bit longer stretching, things like that. I find, just personally, if I use the foam roller once a week, that is enough for me. And to spend a little bit of time on it once a week, making sure I hit all the major muscle groups. And for me, if I do that, then I tend not to really I tend not to feel my muscles tight or sore. And if your muscles are incredibly tight and sore, that is when you really need to use this. Okay, so today I'm only going to demo 3 exercises on the foam roller. And the reason is there's obviously lots and lots, but I find these 3 are really important. And even if you could squeeze in these 3 exercises at the end of your workout once a week, then that is a start, and then you can start to build up and add in other exercises on it. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is we're going to roll over the quads. Now the quads are such a tight muscle group. Everyone does lots of squats and lunges in their training, or at least you should. So we'll start on the quads, okay? So the best thing to do is lie the foam roller out, and basically you're going to lie across it. So I'm going to lie my quad across the roller, just like so. Okay, so I'm supporting myself, my feet are on the floor, and my hands are on the floor as well, okay? And all I'm going to do is very simply roll up and down. Now, I'm not rolling my whole leg up and down. I'm just doing a small movement, back and forward, back and forward, okay? Now, if that feels okay, you can move further up and go back and forward, back and forward. Now, if you hit a tight spot, you will know about it. You will suddenly feel, it shouldn't be sharp, but you will feel some real discomfort. And if that's happening, then you should spend a wee bit longer on that area, because that's obviously the tight spot where there's a lot of muscle fibers knotted. So you spend a bit longer up and down, just very small movements, never ever big movements. Okay. The other way you can kind of get a deeper angle on this, if you like, trying to find the right word there, is if you lift your feet off the floor, and you can even across your legs. So one leg, so I can really feel that now. I couldn't feel it the first time. Now, with just one leg on the foam roller, feet off the floor, is a lot of pressure, and it just means the foam roller can get deeper into that muscle, which you might need. It might be that in the easiest form like this, you're not really feeling too much, and you might need the foam roller to go deeper, in which case try and lift those feet off the floor and cross legs, and it's just small movements. Now what you should do is work your way all the way up the leg. So if you imagine you split your quad into 3 sections, start at the knee and then work your way up the leg, just doing those small movements, okay? So that's how to do the quads. Obviously do each leg. If you have just worked one leg by doing the more difficult version, obviously you have to do the other leg. The same will apply for this one, which is the stretching of the IT band, okay, or the rolling of the IT band. Now, this one will cause the most discomfort, 100%. I've never met anyone who doesn't have a lot of tension in their IT band, okay? So basically what you want to do is get nice and straight, hand under your shoulder, hip just under your hip bone, so it's obviously on the muscle, you don't want to be going over the bone. Sit on this foam roller. As you can see, my feet are down, okay? And then I'm just going to do the same thing when I slide up and down. Very, very, very small movements along the side of your leg. That's your IT band. And if you train a lot, your IT band will be tight. Now, how tight it is can vary. For some people, this will be incredibly painful. If that's the case, don't stop doing it, but just be cautious. So if this is incredibly painful, just try and manage for 10 seconds, then stop, rest, and then try another 10 seconds. If it's really painful, then you do unfortunately need to try and work out those muscle fibers. That is what's causing the pain, too much tightness in that muscle. Now let's pull this further down and going lower. Now as you can see, I've taken my feet off the floor. Again, that's to go deeper into that stretch. Now, I can really feel that there. This point here, that's where I'm really feeling it. So I'm just going to work on this a little more. It's just gentle, gentle movements. And as I said before, if it's really acute, the pain, then just do it as long as you can, maybe just 10 seconds, stop, and then go again. But the IT band on this foam roller really is a must, because it's actually, the reason it's such a must is it's hard to stretch out the IT band without using something like a foam roller or a tennis ball. It does a similar thing to the foam roller. So the IT band is a must to add into your routine. As I said before, obviously do the other side, don't just do one side. This will feel painful at the time, but once you've done a wee bit of work on that IT band, it will feel great afterwards. Your leg will feel much, much looser. Okay, and the last one I want to show you is one for the back. Now this one's actually really, really nice. So they're not all uncomfortable, that's the good news. So this one, you lie the foam roller in line with your spine, because we're going to lie on it, okay? So, as you can see, just sit on the foam roller to start with, obviously hands in place. And I'm just going to lie my spine right along the foam roller and just let my shoulder blades open up. So the shoulder blades will come together, the chest opens up, and I'm just going to lie here and relax. If you want to, you can go side to side a little, just rolling. But what this does is it just really stretches out the chest and allows your back to relax. It's such a nice exercise. This one shouldn't cause you too much pain at all. It really should be quite a nice exercise. So there are 3 exercises to do with the foam roller. There are many, many more, obviously, for the hamstrings, the glutes, the calves. But the key really to think about when you're using the foam roller is to target a muscle group and do those small movements up and down. And that's really how you use it. So if there's anywhere that you're tight, then that's what to do. Other areas that are awkward, like maybe your forearms, your shoulders, then you might need to use a tennis ball in the exact same way that you would use a foam roller. So you potentially put your back against the wall, tennis ball behind your shoulder and you just move your shoulder across the tennis ball in exactly the same way. So this is an absolutely fantastic rehab tool. So if you have any tight muscles, this is what you must be using. But also, if you train regularly every single week, do invest in a foam roller. You will not regret it. Your training, if you've never used one and then you start to use one regularly, you will notice a massive difference in your training. I can guarantee it. So I hope that's helped a little and helped you understand why you should use a foam roller and how you should use it.